study has identified
sitting in the drive-thru for Burger King, just eating the chicken sandwich. Just now took a picture of the Burger King drive-thru. Hopefully it'll turn out. That'd be cool. That's it. I can't say it. What do you can't say? What? Are you afraid of the crazy? You afraid of the anarchists? You afraid of the perverts? Why? What are you afraid of them so much? The normal people outnumber them. We can throw fights too. We now also have to go out in the streets and scream if you want us to. Don't be so afraid of the green-haired nipple-ring crowd. To spend a good portion of the rest of my time on Earth defending ending lab testing on chimpanzees. Let me be very blunt with you. I want to end all lab testing on chimpanzees, and I'm going to explain why. Let me take us back to where we are. The Islamofascists are dehumanizing the world by killing even their own co-religionists with such brutality and a lack of humanity. Many of us are starting to become less and less human on this planet. And in the midst of fighting an Islamofascist enemy that treats its victims less than human, we must remember and reaffirm our own humanity. We must remember that we have a responsibility to the innocent animals that God has placed on this earth. And because of that, and because of the fact that technology has eliminated the need for lab testing on chimpanzees, I am going to work to end such cruel and inhumane testing immediately. Now, I know there are others who have been working on this for ages, but I'm going to join them. You see, chimpanzees have a similar range of emotions to humans. Chimps feel themselves being strapped to a gurney. They feel when they're being tortured in a lab. They feel when they're being given diseases. They can also see their mates and friends being tortured in front of their eyes in laboratories, because all you got to do is go into a lab and hear them screaming out as their mate or their family or their friends are strapped to a gurney and tortured by these sick doctors. I say end all animal experiments on chimpanzees now. Now you say, Savage, where is this coming from all of a sudden? Is this something new? How come you're all of a sudden concerned about chimpanzees? In a way it's new and in a way it's old. I began as a graduate student a long time ago. In fact, I don't know if I told you the story, but I lost the fellowship in 1968 in a laboratory because I wouldn't kill lab animals. Let me take you back there for a minute. In case you have the wrong impression of me, you may as well get the right impression of me. I think it was 1968, and I went back to graduate school, was somewhat of an adult at the time, and I was working in a pharmacology laboratory. I won't say which university, which I really detested doing, because I heard my ancestors speaking to me and saying, "You've come this far in life to clean rat feces." But what I couldn't do was, I didn't want to kill even the rats. I wouldn't kill them. So here was what happened. I had no money. I was a young graduate student, and I had a $300 a month stipend. $300 a month was enough to live on in those days.
Thank you.
I had nothing else. I just arrived in this faraway place.
Thank you. Have a good one.
With my then girlfriend, and the last guy who brought me out said, "Here's the ultimatum that you have. You either kill the animal or I'm pulling your fellowship. I said, well, go ahead and pull my fellowship because I'm not killing animals. And I left the lab, and I had to wander around, and I wound up in a botany laboratory, and that's where I moved into botany because I didn't think I'd have to kill animals. But the point I'm making is, we have an obligation to be good shepherds to our animal friends. And chimpanzees, of all the animals, of all of them, they are so close to us genetically. There's only a few enzymatic differences between us and chimps. I know many of you find it offensive because you don't even understand what I'm saying to you, but the truth is they're very closely related to us. The important thing to know is that they have a full range of emotions. Their bad luck is their bad luck. The bad luck for chimps is that they get the same diseases we do. And because they get the same diseases we do, the chimps are often substituted for humans in laboratories. So they're tortured by these sadistic so-called scientists for medical research. Now, I'm not against medical research, but I understand that with the advent of the computer and computer modeling, there's no need to do this to chimpanzees at all. And if you go into a laboratory, as I say, and you see what they do to chimpanzees, I think most of you would agree with me, your stomach would turn. When they take out one of the family members or friends of a chimpanzee, you say they don't know what's going on? Listen to them scream in pain and go crazy as they watch their brother, their uncle, their cousin, or their girlfriend being strapped to a gurney by a sadist in a white coat. And as you hear their friend struggling to free themselves from the drugs and the chains to the gurney, believe me, they have the same range of emotions. It'll be like experimenting on a human being by Dr. Mengele, as far as I'm concerned. Now, I wouldn't apply the same to a rat. I wouldn't apply the same to a rabbit. I would apply this concept to a chimpanzee owing to the close similarity between the chimpanzee and the human being. And if you think this is an odd thing for a conservative talk show to be talking about, you're right. Because I'm not a conservative talk show host, I'm an independent. For more information on this and other great talk programs, go to TalkRadioNetwork.com.
Your mother always told you to say no to peer pressure. So when you hear how 4 million drivers switched to Geico last year, you aren't swayed. Then again, those 4 million drivers probably saved hundreds by switching to the nation's third largest car insurance company. Maybe your mother was wrong. Maybe you could have joined that hippie commune in Montana. Or maybe you could save money by switching to Geico today.
For a free rate quote, or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes will save you hundreds on car insurance.
Now at the Home Depot Renew and Redo Bath event, we're lowering the cost of revamping that vanity, retiling that floor, and rethinking that shower. With stylish updates at new lower prices, like a Mullen-Banbury WaterSense Chrome faucet for just $68. You can get a lot more bathroom for your buck now at the Home Depot Bath event. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. U.S. only, see store for details.
Live online at 1240KSMX.com. 1240 KSMX Santa Maria, a service of El Dorado. President Barack Obama is calling for immediate moves toward a new government in Egypt that began stopping short its demands from longtime ruler Hosni Mubarak to resign and leave the country as protesters demanded again today at a mass rally in Cairo. The president says Mubarak should listen to the voices of his people and think of his legacy. I believe that President Mubarak cares about his country. He is proud, but he's also a patriot. Yet at a news conference with candidate Stephen Harper, Obama did not say if the Egyptian leader should accede to protesters' demands, he go now. Obama did say going back to the old ways won't do. Suppression's not going to work. Engaging in violence is not going to work. Attempting to shut down information flows is not going to work. That's because, he says, the entire world is watching. March 5th at the White House. A half dozen private contractors were hurt today when tons of snow and ice came cascading off the roof of Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, Texas, to fight the Sunday Super Bowl.
All afternoon,